What's going on, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another live stream. Hang on, I gotta get everything set up. This was a impromptu live stream. Let's see. Hang on. I'm pulling everything up. I'm not prepared. Swig of apple juice in the worn out Alabama cup. All right. Let's see. Let me get this pulled up. There we go. All right. Let me get this moved over here. All right. And boom, we're back. Now, let's see what this chat's saying. What's going on, everybody? So, how are you today? Christmas morning? Really? Christmas morning? So I'm going to try to pull this article up with Bob Iger. And let's see. Basically, he is taking the blame for Kathleen Kennedy and all of her terrible decisions. He did an interview with the Hollywood Reporter, and he says that the Star Wars franchise may have been a little too much, a little too fast, and he is taking responsibility for it. He's talking about the future of Star Wars, and he is basically making excuses for Kathleen Kennedy and her terrible decision-making. And I think that's very funny because, you know, it's like, why can't she be held responsible for her own actions? You know, why can't she say anything? Why can't Kathleen Kennedy, the president of Lucasfilm, why can't this woman who's supposed to be a leader, why can't she get in front of a camera and take some hard questions in reference to her job? What is she getting paid millions of dollars for? To lead Lucasfilm, yet she can't simply answer for what the hell has happened with Solo, with The Last Jedi, with the Resistance trailer. This woman is such a coward. She's not a leader. Leaders lead in good times and in bad times. And Kathleen Kennedy had no problem putting her face out there. Whenever Star Wars was in good shape and all of the good things, all of the goodwill from George and all of the things he did, Kathleen Kennedy was riding that wave of success. And then the second it gets a little bit difficult, she disappears like a coward. I'll tell you what that does. That sets a bad precedent for women in power. That is a bad precedent. Plenty of women deserve to be in power. Plenty of women that are very smart, very capable, very able. But when you have someone like Kathleen Kennedy leading Lucasfilm and she can't even do a goddamn interview for 10 months. Hey, Kathleen, here's a question for you. Why don't you do an interview with little old me? Just little old me. Nobody's going to see it, Kathleen. Why don't you do an interview with Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers? And I will ask you the questions that all of the shill sites won't ask. I will ask you exactly what's going on. I will ask you why the fuck all your employees attacking the fans on a daily basis on Twitter. Why is Rian Johnson getting a trilogy? How did you come to the conclusion that Rian Johnson deserves a trilogy before The Last Jedi even released? How did you come to the conclusion that that man deserved a trilogy? How did you come to the conclusion that anybody wanted to see Resistance? And then you said it's a target audience of children, so why are you airing it at 10 p.m. on a Sunday night during the school year, Kathleen? How did you come to the conclusion that we wanted to see a Han Solo movie without Harrison Ford? What in your head made you come to that conclusion, Kathleen Kennedy? What made you think, hey, here's a brilliant idea, Han Solo, one of, if not the most iconic heroes in movie history. So let's make a Han Solo movie without Harrison Ford after we already killed him off in The Force Awakens in a really cringe-worthy scene, by the way. As someone that liked The Force Awakens, that particular scene was not good. So, Kathleen Kennedy, I just want to ask you these questions. Bob Iger doesn't seem to have a problem doing interviews and taking the blame for all of your bad decisions. So why can't the leader of Lucasfilm actually just sit down and have an interview and answer some questions? I just want to know. I just want to know. All right. Swig of apple juice in the worn out Alabama Cup. So I'm trying to pull everything up. Okay, so we have cotton candy haired Jeremy sends super chat and says round head Johnson's trilogy is dead. We have cotton candy haired Jeremy in the super chat. So swig of apple juice. All right, for everyone joining us, let's recap. Let's recap really quick. Bob Iger did an interview with the Hollywood Reporter. Bob Iger talked about how there's too much Star Wars. No, Bob, that's not really a problem. Now, I would agree there is too much Star Wars, but that's not really the problem, Bob. Bob, the problem is you giving us shitty Star Wars. That's the problem, Bob. I like pizza, okay? I can eat pizza every fucking day, but if you start giving me bad pizza every day, I'm probably going to get tired of pizza, okay? But if you give me good pizza, I'm going to keep eating that pizza. I'm going to get fat. I'm going to complain that I'm fat, and I'm going to keep eating that pizza because it's good. Okay, so Bob, the problem is not necessarily that you've given us too much Star Wars. The problem is that you have given us too much bad Star Wars. That's the problem, Bob. Bob, let's go back. Okay, again, Defender of the Force Awakens. Never going to say that I didn't. Okay, Defender of the Force Awakens. Force Awakens to me was great, and I feel like it left the fandom in a great place. A lot of people are going to disagree with me on that, and that's fine. But after that, everything has been horrible. Rogue One had good elements. The casting for the Rebellion was terrible. Okay, it was terrible. Then the whole Battlefront situation. Again, I like Battlefront 2015. I like Battlefront 2017. But the fans did not like those games. You rushed EA on that. Now, I'm not defending EA because EA can go to hell. But you basically rushed EA on Battlefront 2015 because you wanted to get that game out in November prior to The Force Awakens releasing. I understand what exactly you are trying to do there, so I don't totally blame you. But Battlefront 2017 has been a nightmare. A nightmare. And again, I like the game, but it's been a nightmare. And Bob, why is Kathleen Kennedy not speaking on these issues? Why? Where is the leadership at Lucasfilm? Where? So again, it's not too much Star Wars as much as it's too much mediocre Star Wars. That's the problem. Then when the fans express themselves, Bob, what happens? All of your employees from Lucasfilm, they just attack people. They attack people. They want to talk bad about white men. They want to talk bad about man babies. They want to dismiss the opinion of anyone that's not a white male. Because if you're not a white male, they don't care about your opinion because they can't attack that opinion. So they don't even care that women and minorities don't like these movies. They don't acknowledge those opinions because those opinions only matter to the employees of Lucasfilm when they can paint them in a positive light. They go, look at all of the diversity that loves these movies. No, Bob, no, Kathleen. There's a lot of people from all different backgrounds, races, religions, and belief systems that hate these movies equally. It's not just white guys. And to be honest, there's a lot of white guys that like these movies. They're called liberals. And no offense to any left-leaners out there. I'm talking about the soy boy liberals that sit around in a little bitty corner with all their other little white friends and their little glasses without any lenses in them because they like to be hipsters. That's the guys I'm talking about. And they sit around, all these little white guys, and they have really, really tight clothes. And they have these pants that they come to the ankle. It's really weird. Like, why do you wear pants? Fucking either wear shorts or pants, okay? But the point is, they sit around and they talk about how they're so for pro-diversity, yet they're all just a bunch of white SJWs sitting around. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make any sense. So the point I'm trying to make here is it's not too much Star Wars. It's too much mediocre Star Wars, and you have too many SJW lunatics within your company that are playing the identity politics, okay? That is what we're talking about here. Got a few super chats. Let me get on this. Okay, so Stone Loki says, Iger has balls. That's the difference. You are correct, sir. Jedi Mistress, I love it when you rant, Jeremy. Thank you, Jedi Mistress. Lord Revan 23, get rid of her and make Dave Filoni head of Lucasfilm. Hell, I could do it better. Swig of apple juice for Lord Revan 23. All right. Mary Vidalis. Mary, how are you? It's been a long time. I'm happy to see you. At least he's acknowledging it's been a shit show. You are correct. Very good point. Ryan Sims. I'm shocked that a strong woman like Kathleen Kennedy needs a weak white man to take the heat for her leadership. Yes, Ryan. Yes. Proper Jeremy. Rian Johnson will make the best Star Wars trilogy. So I know you do, Mary. I know. And it's good to see you. I always see you commenting. So, but yeah, that's where we're at right now. We're at this point where we're going to continue to, like, I've said this 1,000 times, okay? Disney is terrified to fire Kathleen Kennedy. They're scared to death to get rid of her. Now, one point we've made is, so Bob Iger is basically, again, I'm speculating right here, okay? So for all of the shill sites out there, okay, for all the shills out there that are going to say, Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers said this, I'm speculating, okay? I'm sorry that you're so upset and offended that I speculate. Go to Starbucks, have a latte, and chill the fuck out, okay? I'm speculating. But Bob Iger, okay, Bob Iger did not mention Rian Johnson's trilogy. Now, Bob Iger, to me, it sounds like Bob Iger is starting to slowly get ready to roll out the excuses, okay? So we've got too much Star Wars, so we're going to have to dial back future projects, okay? So it's not Rian Johnson's fault that we're taking his trilogy away. We're just going to have to dial back some future projects. So to me, this is the way that they started out. This is the way that they start the beginning of the end for Rian Johnson's trilogy. Now, again, that's speculation. Speculation. All you guys are Starbucks. I know. It's hard to just stay sitting down. I know when you have those pants that are like tight around your like ankle, those ankle chokers, you know, or calf chokers. I know. Just stay seated. You can't walk around. Cuts the circulation. Enjoy your latte. I know you're really mad right now, and I know that the glasses you wear without any lenses, I know you're getting really angry, and I know that you're ready, because what soy boys do when they get angry, what do? What do? They get online and they tweet. So they're about to hashtag me, just like they hashtagged me when I broke the Force Awakens Blu-ray, because it hurt their sweet little bitty souls. It hurt them so bad. They were so hurt that me, a grown man, picked up a hammer, and I'm looking for something to break, but I can't find anything right now. They were so mad that I just broke a Blu-ray. There were starving children that he could have sent that to. I even saw, now this is a soy boy for you, okay? They said I could have sold the Blu-ray. Have you been, like, I go to pawn shops, okay? I go to thrift stores, okay? I go to these places. I would get like $1.50 for a fucking Blu-ray. That cost me more in gas, okay? Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Jeremy, you could have sold that Force Awakens Blu-ray. You're acting like I could have got $200 for it. I would have spent more money in gas to go to a pawn shop or sell it on eBay, whatever. I would get like $1.50. And these guys are making such a big deal of this. He could have sold that and donated the proceeds. Sure, okay. I could have, or I could have broke the fucker, made a ton of revenue off of the video, and then dedicated 3, 4, 5, or 6 times that amount of money to charity. Soy boys. So there's some logic for you, but you don't know what I do with my money, do you? And you never will, because it's not your business. I can tell you one thing. They don't buy lattes at Starbucks. They buy grown-ass man apple juice. I know that is a completely hypocritical of me to say, because I should be here talking about beer and shit, but I don't drink beer. So grown-ass man apple juice. Okay, swig of apple juice for the soy boys drinking latte right now. Okay, we got some super chats. Memphis Dale. What's up, Jeremy? Just wanted to say have a good one. Thank you, Memphis Dale. Appreciate that. Mark's Main. Excuses. There's no substitute for quality. Keep on this path, Disney, and keep watching those revenues plunge. You are 100% correct. N7 Miss says, God damn, Jeremy, that was absolute gold. Jeremy, you could have traded for a swig of soy. Hey, apple juice is badass. Okay, apple juice is badass. I'm just saying. Hit that like button. Hit that melee the smash button if you don't mind. A quick recap because we've got more people watching. So, President, CEO of the Walt Disney Company, Bob Iger, today. What did he do? He decided the strong, powerful woman. The woman is not responsible for her own decisions. So the leader of the SJW movement, Mr. Bob Iger, I will take bullets for the woman. I will show that woman that I respect that woman. And I'm going to go out there. And even though she's the president of Lucasfilm, and even though if you go online, all the soy boys out there, they love, and this is classic right here. They love to give you Kathleen Kennedy's resume. They love to give you Kathleen Kennedy's resume. Oh, she worked on Jurassic Park. She worked on this. She worked on that. No, she did not. No, she didn't. She simply attached her name to films that more competent and talented men created, and then she benefited because she knew the right people and had enough money. Now, the woman finally gets an opportunity to be responsible. She finally gets the responsibility of running a huge company. She gets to take over the biggest IP in the history of the movie business. Now, I've said this many times. This is the difference between her and Kevin Feige. Kevin Feige took over Marvel. Marvel didn't have an established movie universe. And Kevin Feige took what I would consider B characters at best at the time, and he's turned them into A-list characters. Iron Man was not an A-list character when the first Iron Man came out. He wasn't. Now he's box office gold. Captain America, yes, within the world of comics, Captain America is an A-lister, but I'm talking about to the general audience. So to the general audience, Cap wasn't, Thor wasn't. These are not A-list characters. These aren't Batman, Superman, and Spider-Man. Kevin Feige took those characters and he made them into A-listers because of his vision. Kathleen Kennedy was handed an A+++ tier universe with Star Wars. She was handed gold. Here, Kathleen, here, with all of your great experience in Hollywood, we're going to hand you something that will literally take you doing the stupidest shit ever to fuck this up. You will have to actively make horrible decisions to screw this up, Kathleen. Okay? So what did she do? She got handed, and what did she do? Oh, okay, so we have George Lucas's script. Here's what she did with Lucas's script. Oh, okay. Oh, so here's George's sequel outline. This is amazing. This is giving us more things to work with on Luke Skywalker. This is telling us what happens 30 years after Endor. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to tear this up. We're going to tear this up. And I know, SJWs, I know this paper could have been pawned for like 32 cents and I could have sent that to charity. Shut up. Okay, so she took George's outline. Now, again, as Star Wars fans, what have we always complained about? What have we always complained about? George is the greatest idea man in the history of movies. The execution is a little questionable at times, okay? So what do? We have George's outline. We have George Lucas's story. So Kathleen Kennedy, as a great leader, Hollywood icon, the most accomplished producer in history, what would you do in that situation if you truly were a great producer? You would go, I have the best idea man of all time. I have his creation. He's given me the sequel trilogy outline. What should I do here, guys? I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm not an executive. I'm not a Hollywood executive. I don't know as much about this stuff as Kathleen Kennedy, but I would think what you would do is go, let's take George's outline and let's look for the best possible filmmaker to see his vision realized. Someone that can work with actors, someone that can work with young talent and develop them and get the most out of them. Oh, no, let's not do that. Let's tear this shit up and turn it into an SJW fest. That's what she did. And now we are where we are. So it's just unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. We got super chats. Let me get on these. The soul of the dragon, Kathleen Kennedy's got to run, gonna run out of bodies to hide behind. Yes, immortal coil, prune juice, a warrior's drink. Mr. Worf, nice quote. Mr. Awesome Metal, Kathleen Kennedy is done. No one has seen her for the last 5 months, but can we be sure that the person who will replace her will not be another SJW pusher? Pablo Hidalgo, John Caston, and all her minions, they must be removed too. I agree, more Awesome Metal, and that's a point that I've made consistently, is I've said that it's not just Kathleen Kennedy. I mean, she has created such a terrible environment at Lucasfilm. And again, I don't care what people's personal beliefs are. I really don't. If you're dealing with Hollywood, you have to understand that you're dealing with left-leaning, far-left SJWs, and that's fine. I don't give a shit what your personal beliefs are. What I care about is that when you seem to think that your personal beliefs are everyone's personal beliefs. And I've said this time and time again, Lucasfilm, I want I want anyone to show me one public Trump supporter that works at Lucasfilm, one person that works at Lucasfilm that has publicly, consistently shown support for Donald Trump. That's it. I just want to see it. You know why I haven't seen it? Because it either doesn't exist in terms of the person saying it, or that person that believes it is too damn scared to say it. Because the moment they say it, they will be blacklisted. They will be gone. But it's okay to express how much you hate Trump when you work for Lucasfilm. That's fine. But I just want to see one person that works for Lucasfilm that publicly expresses their love for Trump on a consistent basis on social media. Just one. Just one. I want to see it. It doesn't exist. And that's my problem with it. I don't care that people at Lucasfilm hate Trump. Hate Trump all you want. That's not my point. My point is it's not fair what's going on. It's not fair. Try walking into Lucasfilm headquarters with a Make America Great Again hat on and see what happens. See what happens. They will kick your ass out in a heartbeat because it's scary. It's scary. Okay, let me read a few more super chats. Micah Mathis, let's see. Apple juice over grape juice for the win. I think that's what you're trying to say. I really think Bob wants to call her out, but can't. We don't need Star Wars film production to slow down. We need them to be better. Yes, Micah Mathis. Yes, yes, yes. Swig of apple juice for let's see, Anna's here. Swig of apple juice for Anna. She knows why. So here it is. Okay. Doomslayer. So does this mean basically no hope for Star Wars since he bent over, meaning he isn't going to fire her? I charge $10 a pop for the SJW slaying. You know, here's my thought. Again, speculation. Calm down, latte boys. Calm down, latte boys. It's okay. Look, go get a Dr. Pepper, okay? Put some hair on your chest. Get some Dr. Pepper, latte boys. Calm down, okay? Now, speculation, okay? Meaning I'm not saying it's a fact, and I know my opinions hurt your feelings so much, soy boys. I know it hurts. I know it hurts. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that Jeremy's words are so painful. Okay, so here we go. Here's what I'm thinking. What have we been hearing about Kathleen Kennedy for the last several months? That September was going to be the time. So we hear that she's getting this stupid award at the Oscars, leading to believe that maybe that's her send-off. Well, now Bob Iger in September, the month that we hear Kathleen Kennedy is going to be stepping down, Bob Iger comes out and publicly acknowledges the Star Wars problems going on. Bob Iger acknowledges it, and Bob Iger takes responsibility, and Bob Iger specifically does not mention Rian Johnson's trilogy. I'm just saying, to me, it just seems like they are setting this up to let her like say, oh, okay, Kathleen Kennedy has done such a great job and she's resurrected Star Wars and it's made, you know, $4 billion and blah, 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 you know, work all the numbers that need to work. And they say, but we are now going to be slowing down production and we're going to be taking a look at some things. And so Kathleen Kennedy with her Career Achievement Award is going to be retiring. I still feel that this is going to happen. And I think that this is part of it. Again, speculation. spoilers. I don't know if she's going to be fired. I have no idea. Okay. I'm just giving you what I think based on the information we have received. So, all right, cotton candy haired Jeremy, send a link to Horn, replace the H with a P. All right, send a link of porn. Oh my God. How do you think Rian Johnson trilogy cancellation will be public, and how do you think Rian Johnson will respond? Again, I think that they're going to make this a whole thing, like, you know, Rian Johnson's going to, you know, sit there and go, guys, you know, I am going to be a team player. And, you know, Bob is wanting to slow down some production of the Star Wars movie. So I am going to graciously let my trilogy go for the betterment of Star Wars, because I'm such a great guy, and I respect women so much. Something of that nature. Again, speculation, latte boys, speculation. Okay. So let's see. Tater Tot Trooper, pond piece of paper, still more profitable than The Last Jedi. First super chat, by the way. Well, Tater Tot Trooper, thank you so much. I appreciate that, and it's a very good super chat. Pond piece of paper, still more profitable than The Last Jedi. Party Alm Savi, they wish to cure us, but I say to you, we are the cure to the infernal condition known as social justice. We will strike with a fury this world has never witnessed. Nothing will stop us. I wish I would have gotten the passion going earlier. I didn't realize how passionate that was, Party Alm Savi, but that was great. They wish to cure us, but we say to you, we are the cure that the infernal condition known as social justice, we will strike with fury this world has never witnessed. They will not stop us. All right, I still stuttered over shit, but whatever. Proper Jeremy. Proper Jeremy says, stop violating me with your different opinions. Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay. More awesome metal. If Kathleen Kennedy wasn't fired, she would have been the one to make today's statement, not Bob Iger. Thank you. Thank you. This is exactly my point. This is the point that I've continued to try to make over and over and over again, that she's not a leader. She's a terrible leader. You know what I mean? Like, she is such a bad leader. Like, why would the president of Lucasfilm not come out and speak on Lucasfilm matters? Why does Bob Iger have to do it? If you look, Bob Iger talked about the James Gunn situation. He talked about the James Gunn firing, and he basically said, that wasn't my decision. Alan Horn made that decision. Bob Iger wasn't even involved in the decision to fire James Gunn. Yet Bob Iger is now stepping up and taking the blame for Star Wars? Does any of that make sense? Seriously, if you're a logical thinking person and Bob Iger says James Gunn was fired and I had nothing to do with it, that shows the level of structure within the Walt Disney Company. Only the most important, single most important things go to Bob Iger for decision making. That means James Gunn, as important as James Gunn was, and he was very important, that wasn't even important enough to go to Bob Iger's desk for a decision. Alan Horn made that decision. Yet Bob Iger is taking responsibility for too many Star Wars films. Think about that for a minute. How much sense does that make? None. Absolutely no sense if you are a logical thinking person. So we're in the situation that basically what's happening is they're scared to fire Kathleen Kennedy because she's a woman. You can't fire a woman. You can't do it. So that's where I look at it. Okay. Stephanie Janisek, read between the lines. She's finished. I think she's finished, but I think they're scared to actually like publicly say she's fired. So I agree with you. Let's see. Darth Armo, this was planned. This was a planned PR move with many more to come. My source at Disney can't confirm or deny when Kathleen Kennedy is out, but they have said Roundhead hasn't even or will start his movie. Darth Armo, thank you so much for that. Yeah, I mean, I get people telling me things. I don't really like running with, like, I wait for someone else to confirm stuff because, again, I'm new to having a following. I'm new to people reaching out to me. I'm new to all of it. So when I have people reaching out to me, feeding me information, sometimes I don't know who they are and they don't want to be named. So I'm never going to name them, but I don't know if they're like people that are just feeding me incorrect information just so I'll come out here and say it. So I try to wait for other people to say stuff. Just because, I mean, like I said, when this channel had 20,000 subscribers, then it's one thing, you know, but now we're like over 80,000. I take that seriously. So I want to take the information that I'm being given seriously because there's a lot of people that contact me with a lot of stuff. And, you know, I have to see how that goes. Like, it takes time to build that rapport for someone to actually show me they have that knowledge. Like, I've got information right now that I have not said publicly because I don't want to say it because I don't know if it's true. I have no idea. But I've heard stuff, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, let me see. Thanks, Jeremy, for your support for Black Lives Matter. That's HCF. Oh, Wesker, 6991. Thank you for the super chat. Observer Dude. Hey, Jeremy, I've come up with my own story for Star Wars Episode 7. Would you be willing to read it and give me your feedback? Shoot me an email, jeremy@geeksandgamers.com. And if I get time, I definitely will not. I won't mind doing that. Rhaegar Targaryen, Jeremy, the chat is getting to EVS levels. It's clickbait, man. Like, I just got to clickbait these titles. But this is, I mean, I'm not really, this isn't clickbait. It's a story we're talking about. So if I would have just put Geeks and Gamers Live, we would have had like maybe 150 people. All right. So Doomslayer, if and when she is fired, I would watch her Twitter. The things that would come out of her fingertips and the comments would be very hilarious. Well said. Alex Munoz, Jeremy, you don't want to release future Star Wars content. Mike Zero has already confirmed all of this, by the way. He didn't confirm it to me. He confirmed it to himself from another dimension, but we're not going to get into all that. Okay, so do people need a recap? Because I see a lot of people joining. Do you need a recap? I don't mind recapping. Swig of apple juice in the worn out Alabama cup. All right. All right. So recap for fun. Recap. Yes, yes, yes. Lots of people. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So recap. Bob Iger, president and CEO of the Walt Disney Company, comes out and basically takes responsibility for what's going on with Star Wars. He indirectly admitted what we've all been saying. So all those people out there that have been saying there's nothing wrong with Star Wars, there's nothing wrong with Star Wars, then why is Bob Iger commenting on Star Wars having problems? Why is Bob Iger, first of all, if they're not having problems, why is Bob Iger saying this? Secondly, why is Bob Iger saying this? Why isn't the president of Lucasfilm, Kathleen Kennedy, speaking on these matters? Why? He also referenced the fact that they're going to slow down content in the future for Star Wars. He did not mention Rian Johnson. Now, that's speculation. To me, that means that Rian Johnson is not doing his trilogy. I've been saying that since the day after I saw The Last Jedi, that Rian Johnson was not going to do his trilogy. This has been heavily speculated upon for a long time. Now, you have to understand something about Disney. Again, I'm a Disney fan. I know people that work at Walt Disney. I'm not going to name them names. I know people. Disney is a very smart company. And with the PR situation, don't think for 1 second they don't know what's going on. They know exactly what's going on with Star Wars. They know about the social media climate. They know about the YouTube climate. They know about all of it. Now, it didn't really register with them until Solo bombed. At that point, they were like, oh shit, this is real. This is real. So they are very PR savvy. They pay people to watch social media trends all day long. They know what's going on. They also know that they're putting themselves in a box because they completely have shot themselves in the foot because Kathleen Kennedy is a whammon. And they all talk about how much you respect whammon. Yet now they have a whammon that they need to fire, but they can't because it completely goes against all of the shit that they project all the time. So it puts them in a really bad position right now. So they are currently trying to figure out how to deal with all of this. Star Wars is monumental to Disney's future. They are putting so much money into Star Wars land at Walt Disney World and Disneyland. Obviously, all of the movies, the video games, this IP is you can't quantify how important this thing is for Disney moving forward. Bob Iger is very aware of his legacy. Bob Iger followed Michael Eisner. Michael Eisner was a fantastic Walt Disney president for a long time, and he did amazing things for the company. He saved the Disney company during the Disney decade. But the last few years of Michael Eisner's run were not good, and he left on bad terms. So it didn't matter how much he did during that Disney decade. All that mattered is he left on bad terms. Bob Iger, I think Bob Iger wants to run for president. Bob Iger does not want to lose the Disney company on bad terms. He has extended his president contract multiple times. I think 2019 is when he is scheduled to leave now. He's extended it like 4 or 5 times. He wants Star Wars to be in great shape by 2019. You've got so many things going on with the parks, with the IPs and everything like that. You've got Star Wars Celebration in 2019. You've got Episode 9 in 2019. You've got the dual openings for Star Wars Land. This is a crucial time for them right now. So they know what's going on. I don't think they know how to fix it from a public standpoint. I think privately, there's a lot going on that we don't know, and we may never know. But publicly, they're a smart company, and they're not going to let on to what they're thinking or doing. So that's my stance on it. And again, another point that I made was Bob Iger, in this interview, Bob Iger talked about the James Gunn firing. Again, we've discussed this a lot on this channel. Bob Iger, James Gunn was maybe the single most important director within the MCU. Maybe. The Russo brothers would be the only competition he had, but they had plans, long-term plans for James Gunn within the MCU. Obviously, the MCU is maybe not quite as important as Star Wars, but it's damn near close. So this James Gunn situation, Bob Iger spoke on it, and he basically said he had nothing to do with the decision to fire James Gunn. What does that tell us? That tells us that you have incredible structure within the walls of Walt Disney. Alan Horn, who works directly under Bob Iger, made this decision. Bob Iger supported the decision, but he had nothing to do with it. Yet, he didn't have anything to do with firing James Gunn, as important as Gunn was. But now he is speaking and taking responsibility for all of the missteps with Star Wars. Where is the leader of Lucasfilm? How, if this man is not involved with the firing of James Gunn, how the hell is he taking responsibility for the failures of Solo and the divisiveness of The Last Jedi? How does that work? Now, again, he's being a great leader, and I respect that. I totally do, because that's what great leaders do. The problem is, Kathleen Kennedy has not spoken 10 months. She has not addressed any of these issues publicly. And again, I could give her a break if she was the type of person that was never in the public eye and she was always running things from behind the scenes and she just wasn't a public person. That's not what she's been doing since she's ran Lucasfilm. She's always been at the forefront. She's always plastered her face everywhere until it got a little tough, and then she hides. That is not a leader, and she's not a leader. She's a terrible leader. So let me read a few super chats, and then we'll get back on it. Let's see. Odin's movie blog. What up, Odin? Bob Iger went full Star Wars fatigue. Fuel to the fire. Yes, sir. S Gamble 121682. Boomer Sooner. Kyle Murray for Heisman. S Gamble. I don't want to lose all our viewers, so I'm not going to talk sports. But if you're a college football fan, though, you know we're friends. Darth TY. Days like these are far and rare to cheapen with heavy-handed words. Don't want to mess with perfection. Keep slaying them, Jeremy. Damn right. Thank you so much for the super chat. Morgan McGinnis, Iger said it, but Ryan Johnson will blame Mike Zero. Yes. Yes. Sir Ruin of House Roundhead. I wish people at Lucasfilm would run for office instead of putting their politics in movies. Also, let me know if my trip to Florida works for you. Will do. Critical Equation. I'm just happy Iger said anything. I just want Star Wars Good again, and just another step toward announcing a new Lucasfilm regime. Hashtag long live George Lucas. So again, another point that I made earlier, just to recap, another point that I made earlier was Kathleen Kennedy was handed Star Wars, already the most established IP of all time. She was handed an A+++ franchise. All you had to do was maintain. You didn't even have to do anything excellent. You just had to finish telling the story. You just had to listen to the fans. You just had to listen to the people that have helped build it. Instead, she brings in a bunch of people for this story group that had nothing to do with Star Wars. Like Carrie Hart. What the fuck does Carrie Hart know about Star Wars? She's leading the story group. What? So again, handed George Lucas's IP, and I don't have the paper, but earlier I basically said she was handed George Lucas's sequel trilogy upon being handed Star Wars, and she looks at it. Now, any logical thinking person that's ever followed Star Wars would look at this and go, okay, George Lucas's sequel trilogy. This is George Lucas's story. Now, a lot of things can be said about George Lucas. He's not a great director. The execution's typically not there. A lot of questionable dialogue at times. But when it comes to the story, you cannot like the prequels, but the story in the prequels is fantastic. And the stories that George Lucas has created over the years are fantastic. So I, Kathleen Kennedy, am sitting here and I am holding in my hands the sequel trilogy outline from George Lucas for Star Wars. And George Lucas has handed me Star Wars. What would the next step be in this situation for anybody who's ever followed Star Wars? Can anybody? What would be the next step? Hi, okay, yeah, I have George Lucas sequel trilogy. Let me hire a really strong director that can come in and maximize the actors and tell this story the way it should be told. That's what any logical person would do. So what does Kathleen Kennedy do? Nope, 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 nope. I'm just going to tear it up. I'm just going to tear it up, and we're going to go woke. That's what Kathleen Kennedy did right there. She went woke. I mean, it takes an actively bad decision over and over again to take Star Wars from where it was to where it's at right now. And then all of a sudden, 10 months later, we still haven't heard from this leader, this woman who had no problem talking about all of the decisions when everything was going good. She had no problem talking about all of the decisions within Star Wars and Lucasfilm. No problem. And then as soon as it gets a little tough, where does she go? She goes into hiding. She won't comment anymore. She won't do interviews. And now 10 months later, the rumored month that she's supposed to be fired, Bob Iger does an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, and he takes all of the blame off of her shoulders. That's pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic. It's sad and it's pathetic. So that's where we're at. Stephanie Janisek, she's out, and it will be it will be a glorious, huge lie and called retirement. Yeah, that's exactly what I think too. Nicholas Glenn, over under 30%. Disney Lucasfilms sees are you're talking about their employees. Sees the UR videos on YouTube. Over under 30% that Disney's Lucasfilm people see my videos. I know for a fact that people at Lucasfilm watch my videos. I know for a fact they do. I'm not going to say names, and trust me, they don't like me. They do not like me. And I know that too. And I don't care. Like, I don't care. Odin's movie blog, Jeremy, that beard game is weak. Get on my level. Oh, you want to go there, Odin? You want to go there, Odin? You want to go there, Odin? Odin. Oh, I shouldn't do it. I'm gonna go there, Odin. Odin, that sub game is weak. Why don't you get on my level? Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Odin. You know I love you. You know I love you, Odin. You know I love you. I had to get you. I had to get you. You know that was all love, buddy. You know that was all love. Oh man. All right. I'm sorry. That was completely unnecessary. That was not a good. That was Kathleen Kennedy level leadership right there, and I apologize. That was pathetic. So, as Gamble says, The Last Jedi cannot remain canon for Lucasfilm to have future success. 2, 0 reported Driver Hamill shooting fight scenes in October 3rd. I missed Star Wars. Did Zero report that? I haven't watched Mike Zero's videos in a couple weeks. I feel bad about that. I've just been busy. So let's see. Get that turned off. All right. I love you, Odin. I love you, Odin. Super Hanky. Let's see. What? I have no idea what you said, Super Hanky, too. Yeah, I have no idea. Odin's movie blog. Jeremy, I don't feel so good. I'm sorry, Odin. I'm sorry. I got to talk to you, by the way, Odin. So if you're available, hit me up a little bit later tonight. So, all right. My notifications on my phone are absolutely insane right now. So, is that all? Did I read any more? Brian Christopherson, could it be that Bob Iger's statement is really a spin on him regretting hiring Kathleen Kennedy? Ooh, I like that, Brian. I like it. I personally, I feel like that was probably, and I don't know why. I have no idea why George Lucas wanted Kathleen Kennedy to take over, but I feel like that was part of the purchase. You know, part of George selling it was that he wanted Kathleen Kennedy to take over. That's just me guessing. I have no idea, but that's how I looked at it the whole time, because George and Kathleen were sitting there. And didn't he actually, like, George had her in that position prior to selling, if I'm not mistaken, right? Someone tell me that. I can't remember. Didn't George Lucas already hand a Lucasfilm president job over to Kathleen Kennedy prior to selling Lucasfilm? Can someone confirm that for me? Because I can't remember. All right, Doc S says yes. Yes. Yeah. I'm pretty sure she was already in that position. So I don't know. I mean, obviously, Bob Iger has the ability to make any decision he wants. But when you're talking to George Lucas, and George Lucas is selling you Star Wars for $4 billion, which was extremely cheap, by the way, I think you pretty much listen to whatever George Lucas says. So that's the way I'm going to interpret it. And again, I think you can say whatever you want about Disney and Bob Iger. Bob Iger is a fantastic president and CEO. He's obviously, there's some things that are not perfect, but Disney has thrived under his leadership. You know, I have my own issues with some of the things that Bob Iger's done, but overall, Bob Iger has been an incredible president for Disney. He's been fantastic. So, if you really want to break this down, the one thing we can say about George Lucas is George Lucas, great ideas, bad execution. Well, what did he do? He executed the idea to put Kathleen Kennedy in charge of Lucasfilm. So that kind of is par for the course for George Lucas. Bad decision to put Kathleen Kennedy in that position. So I'm gonna lean on that as the way I look at it, because right on Odin's movie blog. Appreciate it, bud. We'll talk later. But yeah, I'm gonna look at it from that perspective, because I think Bob Iger has been a really good president for Disney. I'm happy with the job he's done as a person that follows Disney. Darth, let's see. Oh, Lee, there's so many. Ryan Sims, do you think episode 9 is worth watching with Kathleen Kennedy gone? That's a good question, Ryan Sims. God damn, man. It's hard to say. I still don't see myself being excited for episode 9 if Kathleen Kennedy's gone. But I feel like I can watch it from a different perspective if she's gone. So in isolation, no. I don't think episode 9 will be worth watching, but I will be watching it from a different perspective if she is no longer president of Lucasfilm. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So even if I don't enjoy it, or even if I'm frustrated, I'm going to look at it going, at least now there is hope for the future. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the best way I can look at it. So Darth Armo, Lucasfilm Communications and Publicity Department. Okay, well, you guys want me, all these comments, and you guys want me to break down what abbreviations are. I'm sorry. I apologize, but thank you for the clarification, Darth Armo. Darth Bane, I had a dream. I was watching episode 9. Watch for more. Let's see. Peter Parker, you have more views than Campia, and both of you guys are online at the same time. A huge accomplishment in my book, surpassing YouTuber you once followed. That's crazy to me. You know, I mean, you guys know as much as Campia aggravates me, I've always given him respect. I've been a fan of him for a long time, and I will continue to always wish him the best. Last year at Star Wars Celebration, of all the people that I was there to see, there was only one person that I wanted to meet, and that was John Campia. I tracked this man down just so I could shake his hand, and I told him that I looked him in his eye and I told him, you've been an inspiration to me. I do not agree with you on the prequels. You drive me crazy when you ran about the prequels. And one of these days, you're going to hear my name and I'm going to debate you on the prequels. And he smiled and he was super nice, you know. And so even though he continues to act like he doesn't know who I am, that's fine. But I have a lot of respect for John from the past, even if I don't agree with a lot of the stuff he does currently. And I met Jeremy Johns there too. And it's funny because now Johns and I, know each other. And, he even asked me, he's like, when did we meet? Because Jeremy Johns had people, all over him. And he's like, we met at Star Wars Celebration. I'm like, yeah, dude, I sat there and BS'd with you for a minute, but I don't like bothering people. Like he was just there. I wasn't even like, he just walked by me and stood there. I'm like, oh shit, Jeremy Johns. And of course he didn't remember that. And now he was like, man, I'm so sorry, man. We'll have to hang next time or something. So it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Okay. Where are we at? Scotty Taylor, thank you for the super chat. Gotts says, nice of Kathleen Kennedy to make an appearance to update us on the current state of Star Wars. Do you feel in charge, Kathy? Iger, place hands, Bane style. Yes. Love that reference. Very good reference. Padawan AR just got here. What happened? Give me a minute, Padawan AR, and I will update you. Give me just a few minutes. Laura, Ryan stole my fan fiction. Odin's beard, Jeremy's curls. Is Laura, I mean, I thought we were cool. Laura, it's all good. Mary says, maybe Iger is trying to diminish the blowback from the SJWs after he fires her by taking the heat for her decisions and then letting her quietly retire. Very good point, Mary. Because like I said, if anything, Disney is a very smart company, a very smart PR company. They know what they're doing. They're not stupid. They are very strategic in their decision-making, and they're very strategic in how the public perception is about their decision-making. So that's a good point. So, all right, Super Hanky. Sorry, I said they should bury this franchise already. It's rotting at this point. English isn't my first language. No problem, Super Hanky too. A lot of people would accuse me of not having English as my first language. So you and me have something in common. Naderade 009, Marvel 2-3 movies a year, Star Wars 1 a year. Yep. Griffin TV, why didn't the SJW people wake up when Solo bombed, even though it had a white male lead, but they don't want to address that fact? SJWs never look at logic and common sense. Pagan God X, I ain't watching episode 9 with the out review. Be a good wingman and jump on the grenade for me. I've had a lot of people tell me that, so I probably will. If you guys give me a few minutes, I will update you on what's going on. I got a few more super chats to read, and then I will give you an update on what we're talking about. Where are you at? Scotty Taylor. Kevin has X-Men officially today. Your thoughts? I don't know what. Scotty Taylor. Kevin has X-Men officially today. Your thoughts? I'm assuming you're saying Kevin Feige has officially announced X-Men today, but I can't be for sure. If that's the case, I have not heard that, but I'll do more research into that. Jeremy Osteen. Jeremy Osteen. Let me read it first. Let me see. Here we go. Hallelujah. The Lord has compelled me to give. The Lord works in mysterious ways. He made Iger confess his sins of Star Wars. And now, because of Jeremy Osteen's account, he will allow the real Jeremy Osteen to further pursue another private jet. And the Lord is smiling upon this live stream. And the Lord blesses all of you who have given money. Give more money, and it gets you closer to the Lord, and it helps get Jeremy Osteen another jet. Okay. All right, Spidey Flash. Would episode 9 be worth it if somehow Dave Filoni sprinkled his magic dust on it? I love Filoni, okay? And I do think that there are times when I'm just as guilty of this. Sometimes we might give Filoni more credit than he deserves because we treat him like he's a superhuman. I mean, Dave Filoni did direct the Clone Wars movie. It's not good. It's not horror, like it's not as bad as some people say, in my opinion, but it's not good. And there are, some issues within Rebels, but overall, I really liked Rebels. So, assuming Dave Filoni could walk into this cluster F that Rian Johnson has created and fix it, I think that is putting way too many expectations on him, and it sets him up for failure. So I do believe Filoni is the right man for the job to be head of creative at Lucasfilm, but I do not think that he has the ability to walk into episodes 9 and just fix everything that Rian Johnson screwed up. He's not that good. He's not that good. But that's a good question, though. Micah Mathis, we both know I can't publicly get rid of her, so you'll just have to imagine the fire. Bob Bain. Oh, that's so good. I'm loving the Dark Knight Rises quotes. Observer Dude. Jeremy, I asked this before, but if you have to develop the story for an Obi-Wan movie, what would it be? Any ideas? Yeah, I think you probably asked me this before, but like I don't really like to map out the stories in my mind. I just want to see someone else do. Like that's why with my frustration with The Last Jedi is not because it's not what I didn't want. It's because what you gave me was shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's just really bad. Well, that's why with an Ahsoka story or anything, if they, like with this thing where we assumed that it was going to be Ahsoka and Sabine, after, Rebels and all that, like, I didn't care to map that out in my mind about what I wanted to see. I did this with The Dark Knight Rises. So, like, The Dark Knight, one of the greatest movies ever. I will always love The Dark Knight. And we had to wait, 3 years for The Dark Knight Rises. Obviously, no Joker. And we had a lot of speculation. We started getting, trailers and things like that. I really went into this movie and I had it all mapped out about what I wanted to see. That is the worst mistake you can make for a movie because you're going into it biased at that point. And you can't expect filmmakers to give your exact vision. You can have ideas, speculate, but I went into The Dark Knight Rises. Like, I was convinced, like, this is how it's going to play out, and I know this, and I'm going to be pissed if it doesn't. Now, don't get me wrong. Even though it didn't play out the way I wanted it to, I thoroughly enjoyed The Dark Knight Rises. But I think that I hurt my experience because I was so convinced that this was what's going to happen. This is what I want to happen. So I just don't like doing that, so I apologize for not answering your question directly, but that's just kind of how I always try to approach it. Did you like Batman Begins? Yes, I did love Batman Begins. And Anna says The Dark Knight is one of the best movies ever made. She is correct. Okay. Bucky Pirtle says Henry Cavill should be Wolverine. Perfect scene. Man of Steel is when he's on the oil rig. What do you think? Henry Cavill as Wolverine. I have never thought about that. Wow. Henry Cavill as Wolverine. I don't hate the idea. I've always wanted to see Tom Hardy as Wolverine because Tom Hardy is, short like Wolverine is in the comics. And Tom Hardy's just Tom Hardy. So, like, if you gave me Tom Hardy from Warrior as Wolverine, I mean, that's just amazing. That's just amazing. But my problem is I can't see any human being as Wolverine except for Hugh Jackman. You know what I mean? That's the real problem here. And I think it's going to be a situation much like the Joker with Heath Ledger, that anybody that follows Hugh Jackman, it's never going to work. Like you're going to need 2 or 3 tries for people to get that Hugh Jackman Wolverine and move away from it before anybody's going to really get a real chance. That's what I think. So But I do think Henry Cavill is an interesting choice, but I would not make that choice personally. He's actually too tall when you look at, like I said, with Tom Hardy. You know, he's the right size as far as I'm concerned. It's not a bad idea, though. Darth Bane, wish you would go on Twitch for longer super chats. I've considered going on Twitch in the future. So that's not an idea that's completely out of the realm of possibility. Obi-Wan 27883, Anakin fixed Star Wars from Roundhead's mess, and Jeremy, we need to speak about Dave Filoni. Yeah, I got your email, Obi-Wan. So look, I'll be in Southern California soon. So I'm sure we'll meet up and we'll talk more. Okay, so let me update everyone on what we are talking about. What we are talking about is Kathleen Kennedy continues to show her incompetence as a leader. And things like this only give more credibility to everything we've been saying. Bob Iger, today, in the month that it's rumored that Kathleen Kennedy is going to step down or retire or whatever you want to call it, Bob Iger finally publicly addresses what's going on with Star Wars. And he basically is saying that there's too much Star Wars and they're going to have to dial it back in the future. Now, there's a lot of speculation that comes with these comments. My position on it is, why is Kathleen Kennedy not having these discussions publicly? Why is she not commenting? Now, again, full disclosure, Kathleen Kennedy has always been at the forefront of the media rounds when it comes to Star Wars, and now she's nowhere to be found after The Last Jedi. It's not consistent with how she's been as the president of Lucasfilm. The whole time she's been president, she's always been at the forefront while it was good. The moment it's bad, she's gone. So Bob Iger comes out, says these things, does not mention Rian Johnson when talking about future Star Wars content, copyright by Mike Zero. She does not. And so let's see. Anna says, I literally had to leave the stream to Google how tall Tom Hardy is. He's taller than me, so he's not short. So right now I'm looking at it, and also, Bob Iger talked about the James Gunn situation, and he said, like, I was not involved with the decision to fire James Gunn. And my point was that was a monumental decision within the walls of Disney. That was a huge decision. And Bob Iger wasn't even involved. So why is he taking the blame for Star Wars having too many movies? The whole thing seems very, very strategic for PR reasons. Now, again, I am speculating. I don't know exactly what's going on, but all I can do is take the pieces of this puzzle and try to put it together the best I can. You know what I mean? So, all right, Spidey_Flash, if you ever are, let's see, if you were in Ready Player One, what would your avatar look like and what items would you get first? Oh, man, God, never thought about that. I'm not a big virtual reality person, so I don't really know. I have no idea. Yeah, I can't even. Like, I guess since we're talking about Henry Cavill, make me look like Henry Cavill. I'll just walk around and look like Henry Cavill, and then I would just be Superman. Like, I just, you know, what would be better than just walking around being Superman? You know what I'm saying? Like, who's gonna mess with you? All the chicks want you. You're Superman. Nobody's going to mess with you. That's what I would do. So I'd be Superman. So I would be Superman over Batman. I would be Superman over Batman. Ready Player One was a great movie. I agree. I enjoyed it. Let's see. Observer Dude, do you think Kathleen has seen any of your videos? No, I don't think Kathleen Kennedy has seen any of my videos. So I don't think Kathleen Kennedy probably watches YouTube, but I'm sure that I know people at Lucasfilm know who I am, and hello to all of them right now if they're watching. And all you need to do, Kathleen Kennedy, here's all you need to do, Kathleen Kennedy, to shut me up, to shut all of the people on YouTube up, all you Lucasfilm people, all you shills out there. All Kathleen Kennedy has to do is do a fucking interview. That's it. Just do one interview addressing the divisive nature of The Last Jedi, addressing the flop of Solo, addressing the insane backlash for the Star Wars Resistance trailer, addressing the EA Battlefront debacle, and then we'll all shut up because clearly you're still there and clearly you're still in charge and there ain't shit we can do about it. That's all she's got to do, but she won't do it. She won't do it. And as long as she won't do that, then people like me are still going to get on here and speculate about her future and all of that crap. So it's just that simple. I don't understand why that's such a problem for her, but it is. I'm trying to catch up on comments. Oh my gosh. Way too many notifications right now. All right. So what do you guys want to talk about? 135,000 dislikes for Resistance. Jesus. Speaking of that, if you guys don't mind, smash that melee button. Appreciate that. How many subs are we at, guys? How many subs? We need 126 to 85,000. 126 more subs to 85,000. That is awesome. Let's see. So the Resistance trailer, how many, if somebody can look, how many likes does the George Lucas comment on the Resistance trailer have? Anna, be careful and quit texting. And she's using voice text, by the way, but still, stop. I went to bed last night when you told me to go to sleep, so you have to stop texting while driving, even if it's voice text. Let's see. Jeremy Peterson says, and just over 15,000 to the big 100K. Yes. 100K tattoo live stream. Again, I want to clarify this because a lot of people, I said if we hit 100K by the end of October, and I don't think that's going to happen. Let me pull Social Blade up right now. Okay. Social Blade. So Social Blade has us at 84,876. So that puts us, like right at 15,000. In the last 30 days, we have gained 7,900 subscribers. So it's possible. It's possible, but like right now, the last couple of days, like today, we gained 73 subs. Yesterday, 227. The day before, 151, 163, 149. So at that rate, it's not going to happen. But if it does, let's see. Anna, stop texting. So I don't think it's going to happen. So let me see. The George Lucas comment has 18,000 likes. Jeez. That is insane. That's beautiful, though. All right, what do you guys want to talk about? As long as you guys keep the discussion going, then we can talk about whatever. The King of Metropolis, Whammon, Safety, Respecter, Jeremy. Let's see. Oliver says, thank you for all the good work on this channel. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's see. Data Racer 117. What's insane is Anna is modding a live stream on the 405. I don't know how many times I have to tell you this. Y'all have no idea how talented she is. Like, she's amazing. She's going to be a superstar. There's no doubt about it. So one day I'll be begging her to like, hey, Anna, can you come live stream with me so I can get some following, get some people watching? I guarantee you. I know Mike Zero has already told me the future, so I already know. So swig of apple juice for the future Anna and all of her success. What was the George Lucas comment? It was, I think it was made the day of, but it says, is it too late to buy back Star Wars? Too late. Let me see if I can pull it up on my phone. Let's see. Star Wars Resistance. I don't know if it's going to show. Why is it not even showing up for me? I don't even see the George Lucas comment. Did they delete it? Well, they couldn't have deleted it because you guys just told me. I don't see it. I do see an Obi-Wan comment. An Obi-Wan comment has 8,000 likes. It says 100,000 dislikes have been deployed with 1 million more on the way. That's fantastic. That is amazing. Oh, that's so good. I don't see it. Why do I not see it? Oh well, I'm not going to spend all day looking for a damn comment. We're losing viewers left and right anyway. So, okay. That 8,000 comment is awesome. Yeah, no, it's so good. It's so good. How do I super chat, says Matthew Highland. You hit the dollar icon and then you type in your amount and then you just send whatever you want. And you don't have to super chat. I appreciate it, but you don't have to. Pin drop. Rian Johnson can't still be working on his trilogy if they only do one at a time now. That's right. Plus, he's too busy on Twitter fighting with people and talking bad about Mike Zero. So, Wilson7397, I wish you were my dad. What? Dakota Farmer, hey, you are great. Love your videos. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It's not deleted. It's just a bit below the others. Okay, got you. I scrolled for a little while. I might have missed it, though. Rian Johnson needs to be taught how to write. Yeah, he needs to be taught how to write anything that's not Star Wars. And now people will call him Daddy, says Taco Jim. That's much better than a lot of the names I get called, so I'm okay with that. So, oh boy, there they are right there. Hang on just a minute. Okay. Yeah, well, you guys know what I've always said about Rian Johnson. Like, Rian Johnson needs to have a restraining order against him with any Star Wars production between now and the end of his life. Like, he cannot be within 500, I'd say 500 miles of a Star Wars production. And if he needs to go somewhere and there's a Star Wars production going, he doesn't even get access through a court order. He just has to cancel his fucking plans. It's that simple. There's no exceptions here, Ryan. You are not allowed. It's that simple. You are not allowed. Oh, making sure I didn't miss anything. I'm going to wrap this up probably in the next 10 minutes. Of course, you guys know how that goes on my live streams. So if you guys are here for me to rant about Bob Iger, Kathleen Kennedy, we're pretty much done with that. I did about 5 recaps. I appreciate everybody that's joined in. We're just going to be kind of BSing from here on out. We've had a lot of fun. So 10 minutes equals an hour and a half. Yep, 4 hours left. You guys know me too well, don't you? But I do have a lot to do, so I will be ending this fairly soon. Let's see. Let's see. Jeremy, did you see my tweet of the guy with the afro? No, I have not been. I think I've been on Twitter like once today. I've been traveling all day. So, you know, Super Bowl predictions, JJ52. Oh, you guys want to talk sports? I'm not going to talk too much sports, but Patriots, Packers. So that's just a wishful thinking, by the way. I just want to see Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. Let's watch the Christmas special again. David Williams. I will never put myself through that again. Never. But I would like to rewatch those commercials. They were fantastic. They were great commercials. Let's see. Almost 1,000 viewers tonight. Proud of you, son, even if you're a Bama fan. Well, thank you. Yeah, thank you for everybody. I mean, like I said, it was getting frustrating to me that, you know, our live streams, and again, I just don't like clickbaiting the live stream because I like to talk about a wide range of topics. So yeah, if I post like we're going to talk about Star Wars Episode 9, I can put that in the title, but I'm not going to talk about that the whole time, you know, because our audience wants to talk about different things. This was a specific topic, and I knew when I put this stuff in the title, I knew it was going to bring the viewers because that's how the YouTube algorithm works. But if I just do the standard Geeks and Gamers Live, may get a couple hundred people, and that's fine. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that it's frustrated me because, you know, when the channel had like 20,000 subs, I could get like 2,000 viewers. Now we have 80,000 subs and I can get 200 viewers. It's just aggravating. So, but either way, I'm thankful for anybody that decides to give your time to these live streams. It means a lot to me. And my job is to entertain you and make sure that you're getting what you came for here at the Geeks and Gamers channel. That's my job. I work for you. This ain't like retail. If you're being an asshole, I don't have to smile and say, oh, I'm so sorry. No, if you're an asshole to me, I'll be an asshole back. But if you're cool and you got constructive criticism, you talk to me in a normal way, I'll talk to you back just like that. My philosophy in life is you hit me, I'll hit you back twice as hard. Because I wasn't doing shit to you and you decided to hit me out of just left field, well, then I'm going to hit you back twice as hard because that's just how I am. Unless you're a lot bigger than me, and then I'll probably just, you know, walk away. So, but no, seriously, like somebody, if you saw this on Twitter, that's fine. I will not name the person's name because the person did offer the apology that I was seeking. But someone from a major platform decided to call Geeks and Gamers out and tag Geeks and Gamers on Twitter. I did not respond very kindly to this. I don't care who this person was, and this person is a big deal. So I'd never interacted with this person. They decided to tag Geeks and Gamers. So I responded and let them know exactly how I felt. And that person responded to a few other people saying I come off like an ass on YouTube. I am. So, okay. But my thing is, if you think I'm an asshole, then call me an asshole. Geeks and Gamers, while it's my creation and it's all mine, there are so many people at Geeks and Gamers that have such vastly different opinions than me. They don't deserve to be thrown under the bus simply because you think I'm an asshole. If I'm an asshole, call me an asshole. Geeks and Gamers is made up of everyone. And if you don't like me, I guarantee you there is someone at Geeks and Gamers that you will like because there's a lot of people that are different than me because I've designed it like that. Because we don't need a world of Jeremys. We just don't. Only one. And that is fine by me. So anyway, I responded. Then this person responded. We had a little back and forth. Eventually, that person offered to delete the tweet and offered an apology. I accepted. And, you know, they had said like, well, you know, kind of doing what I did to you. You're kind of like putting me on blast to your followers. I'm like, that's my philosophy in life, bro. Like, I've never talked to you and you out of left field just decided to come up and pop me. Well, I'm going to pop you back twice as hard because that's how we are. So if you don't want to get hit back, don't hit first. It's really kind of common sense. But all respect to this guy. I appreciated it. You know, we're all going to fuck up. We're all going to make mistakes. This person made a mistake. Apologize for it. No harm, no foul. Water under the bridge like it never happened. I don't hold grudges as long as someone is willing to drop it. And so I don't hold grudges at all. Life's too short to hold grudges. Jeremy's World. No, not Jeremy's World. No. Jeremy's the Negan of YouTube. It's hard for me to comment on that because I can't I haven't seen like only thing I saw with Negan was when he the season premiere where he killed a few people. I guess I'm not going to mention spoilers, but I don't really know much about Negan. I know he was a badass, but I don't know much about him. So let's see. Any Dynamo says Jeremy's my favorite rodeo clown on YouTube. He's got a heart of gold and can dive into a barrel in 10 seconds flat. Let's see. Alec Munoz, I agree with your comment. I'm not going to say it out loud in case somebody I don't know why you have not been caught up on The Walking Dead at this point, but I won't. All right. So seriously, guys, I do have to wrap this up. So I'm sorry that I got to wrap this up, but I appreciate all of you tuning in. I will look, I've got something planned. So we still have quite a few people here. I've got something planned for next week. Okay, I am trying to pull together about 10 people from within the Fandom Menace on different YouTubers, different personalities. Some of us are having disagreements within that Fandom Menace. And so I am going to hold a live stream here on the channel, and it's going to consist of about 10 people. I'll be there. Anna will be there. Craig from Reviews for You, Stephanie Janisek, Matthew, the guy Matthew that Odin interviewed the other day. I'm going to have Odin on here, the DJ D show. There's a few other people that have reached out to me. I've got to get everybody's schedule in order, but I'm going to try to make this happen next week. Obviously, it can't happen on a Tuesday. So I'm going to get all these people on, and we're going to hash things out because it needs to happen, because there's a lot of infighting within the Fandom Menace, and I am going to try to do my best to make sure that that doesn't happen. We need to have respectful conversations, and we need to clear the air. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So, all right, Dakota Farmer, what system do you play Battlefront 2 on? I have it on both systems. I haven't played it in a while, and I'm trying to get the motivation to play it again, but I don't know. I don't know when I'm going to play it again because I'm just so sick of everything going on with EA right now. But I have it on both systems. I prefer to play it on my PS4. Laura, Ryan stole my fanfiction story. Check your P.O. box. You got it. Will do. Go Jurify. Jer Binks. It's an asshole. So check this out. I will hang on. Count Ludwig, thank you for the super chat. Jeremy, I still enjoy your Star Wars videos, but thanks for expanding to discussing other IPs. The SJWs must be stopped before they ruin Marvel, gaming, and all of America's culture. Spot on, Count Ludwig. And thank you for the support. Thank you for the super chat. I'm trying to see what you guys are saying. Yeah, I'm going to talk to Jeff and EVS. I'm looking. There's so many comments coming in. All right, so I'm going to wrap this up. So, guys, thank you all so very, very much. And I may go live again tonight if you guys want me to. Do you guys want me to go live again tonight? You guys want me to go live again tonight? Okay. What time is it right now? It's 7 o'clock Central. I will schedule an event for... I'll schedule an event for midnight tonight. Midnight Central Standard Time. And I'll go live again tonight. And we'll see how long we go. So midnight tonight, I'll be back. You know why? Because I don't need sleep. I am here for the Geeks and Gamers community and to talk to all of you. So, yeah, I'll be back at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. That is 1 a.m. Eastern. That would be 10 p.m. West Coast time. So I'll be back then. I love you all. I appreciate you all. You guys have a great night, and I'll see you a little bit later as soon as I can find where I've got the there it is. All right, I'll see you guys a little bit later, okay? Bye.